Hi, welcome to Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, and I'm Heather, and I'm going to explain to you a process that I'm doing in my back garden, and I'm going to take you along and hopefully I show you properly, if there's such a word. Anyways, so let's get you down here to look. So there's a stake right here, and on the corner of this, what I call road fabric or landscaping fabric, you can see that it's a lot thicker, which I like because then you have less weeds growing through it. So on the corner of your landscape fabric, road fabric, you're gonna mark out, what we did is we marked out 2 feet in from here to here and here to here, right? And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a grid, and I'll show you the whole view. It's long. You can do any width or length that you want to do in whatever space you have available to use. And I don't like weeds. I don't have time to be picking a whole lot of weeds. I've got a lot of things that I work on doing. So what we did is I figured out what plants I like to plant, right? So for the most part in my area, I can plant most of my plants about 18 inches apart, okay? So I'm gonna do this whole plastic with a paint marker and mark out rows with string line. I'll show you. So walk over here, and we've got a string line right here. You can use any kind of string, and I marked it from one end all the way over to the other end, right? And then we marked going across with a string line. I know that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Anyways, it just kind of helps you keep things lined up and balanced as you go. And then we used a tape measure. Hold on, let me grab it. Use tape measure, right? And I'm doing my rows 18 inches apart. So what I'm doing is, you can get some paint pins at a store, and you're gonna make a little dab dot on the plastic. Okay, and so you're gonna go 18 inches apart and make your rows. And I staggered my rows. So let's see if I can get down. See, there's a dot, using the paint pin, going 18 inches, right? And then the next row, and I went 18 inches this way. So everything's 18 and 18. Whatever you're gonna plant, you're gonna figure out how far apart plants are. And then there's 2 dots there. And then center, 18 inches down, is another paint dot, right? So I just go along and mark out the whole thing, correct? Right? And then I'm gonna take a pair of scissors and I'm gonna poke into the hole, and I'm gonna cut a little X, and I'm gonna fold these flaps under, and I'm gonna use my compost, and I'm gonna put like a handful of compost in there and plant my plant, right? I have less weeds, maybe a few around the plant, not a big deal, easy peasy, right? So I gotta get all the dots lined out. I'm gonna make my X's, and then I gotta get to planting. It's gonna be a lot of planting. But another good thing about it is you can choose to not plant an area one season. You can plant whatever you want to plant. Also, you want to keep in mind rotation. So the reason I did the 18 inches apart, because most of the stuff that I plant, 18 inches is a good amount of spacing. Make sure you check out in your area, because some people are more humid and whatnot and need more spacing, but for me 18 inches was good. So the reason why is because you want to rotate your plants. So you're going to plant, you know, let's say corn and tomatoes. Well, in a year or two, you want to swap the corn in place of where the tomatoes are, because if you keep planting year after year after year, like the tomatoes in the same spot, right, you're going to create disease, pests, and whatnot are going to build up in that soil and cause you problems for your plant that you keep planting in the same area. So by doing this road fabric and spacing them out that way, I can not plant a specific, you know, area on my plastic one year, or I can just rotate. I can do all kinds of things with that. So I thought I'd give you an idea. Make sure that you put a good compost, whether you're making it or sourcing it from a store or somebody else, and just make sure it's good and you don't have any bad stuff in it. I know it's hard to do, but anyways, that's what I've got going on. We also have, so we put up fence all around this back garden here so we don't get any deer in it. And I've got these little grass patches running all the way around the border of this back garden, right? What a waste, in my opinion. So this fall we're going to cover the grass areas with some more road fabric, and next year I'm gonna plant something in those areas too. Why not? So don't forget, at the end of the day, no matter where you are, what you've done, whatever's been going on throughout your day, to get outside and see the sunset or the sunrise or look at the stars. Just breathe some fresh air. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Have a great day.